'87 rehearsal space off of Lancashire Boulevard. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, with Ozzy and stuff like that. Yeah, just I mean, just getting a chance to meet Ozzy was just mind blowing. So yeah, it was just I met Oz and he just said, "Zach, just play with your heart and make me a ham sandwich and go light on the mustard." So yeah, I play with my heart, and then I continued to make the boss ham sandwiches and go light on the mustard for 20 plus years.
Well, after you got the gig, it went pretty quick, and it went really tough. Remember, the first gig was in a prison, right?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, Wormwood Scrubs prison. So hopefully I just I figured I better play. I better not miss any notes, considering if the boss leaves me here, this is the closest thing to Farrah Fawcett and Pamela Anderson these fellas are going to see for a long time.
Well, yeah, and then it went on like crazy. That video shoot, what was it with the pigs?
Oh yeah,
Miracle Man, right?
Yeah, crazy babies and all that stuff. Yeah, so no, it was definitely hysterical, man. So it was good times for sure.
That must have been horrific for you. You're starting out as a rock musician, playing with Ozzy, and then it's like surrounded by pigs, playing in a prison.
Nah, it wasn't horrific. Actually, having a crappy job and not being able to play music, that's horrific. So yeah, exactly. So no, it wasn't horrific at all.
Oh yeah, you said so, and you often say that when Ozzy calls and say, come on over, feed the dogs," you would do it.
Yeah, without a doubt. I love Oz, so I mean, that'll never end. I mean, that's where I grew up, and that's part of who I am. You know what I mean? So, and I'm proud of that. But yeah, without a doubt. I mean, my relationship with Ozzy and Mrs. O, I call her mom. So, I mean, I love them. So, yeah, if they ask me to come over and, like you said, clean the dog run, Zach, can you do that? We got company coming over. It's like, yeah, whatever else you need. You need milk and eggs, I'll bring that over too.
And of course, he's the godfather.
He's the godfather of our oldest son. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. One really funny thing. That your name comes from that British pop singer Kim Wilde, right?
Oh yeah. So it was Kim Wilde. We were drinking one night, getting hammered, and Ozzy was like, "Zach, you got to change your last name. You can't use Wyland." You know what I mean? So I said, "All right." So we were getting hammered one day, and I saw Kim Wilde was on TV, and I go, "Wyland, Wild?" I just because she spelled it W-I-L-D or something like that. I just for I-E-E or something. I said, "I'll just put a Y in there, Zach Wilde." And Ozzy was like, "Okay, I like that. That's okay." So that's how it happened, man. Yeah.
Have you ever met her?
No, I never met her, but if I did, I would thank her for the name.
Yeah, she must be around 60 now. So.
Well, God bless her. She's still hot, so that's all that matters.
Well, nowadays,
Exactly. 60's 40. There you go.
One other thing I wanted to ask you, August '93, you had to fill in for Dickie Betts' Allman Brothers gig. How was that? I mean, that's like
their agent, Johnny Podell, had been with them since the beginning, so Johnny knew them, and then he was my agent at the time. We were doing Pride and Glory, and he knew that I was a huge Allman Brothers fan and everything like that. So yeah, they flew me out. We were working on I think we were working on some Ozzy stuff. I think we were recording at the time. We were at A&M. We were recording "See on the Other Side" or some stuff like that. So, yeah, he said, "Well, Zach, Dickie couldn't do the gig, so they didn't want to cancel it. So they were like, well, Zach, he loves the Allmans and everything like that. Why don't we just get Zach if he wants to fill in or whatever, yada yada." So that's how that happened. But no, it was definitely an honor, and the guys treated me great and everything like that. So it was definitely super cool. Yeah, definitely a highlight for sure.
Oh yeah, great thing, man. One other funny thing, I remember Mark Tremonti joking around a lot with Miles Kennedy for his performance in Rockstar.
Oh yeah.
Steel Drag.
Yeah, what was a good time?
Yeah,
and everybody had a good time at that thing.
How was that for you? I mean, you were looking like...
Oh, no, it was great, man. So, everybody on that set was super cool. All good people. Mark Wahlberg and Jennifer Aniston and Steve Herrick. I mean, the guy, Steve who directed it. And, but I mean, all the people in the cast and the crew, I mean, all good people, man. So, no, we had a great time making that thing.
Yeah, funny movie. One other thing, just yesterday, I spoke with Scott Ian, about Dime.
Oh yeah.
And you know, it was like every other guy who have met him back then, it was like, you know, close to tears, and saying like just really nice, lovely things.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like anyone that has any Dime stories will always tell you, just like he was Santa Claus with a pink beard. You know what I mean? So yeah, he just loved buying people presents all the time, you know what I mean? So, I mean, hooked me up with his guitars all the time, you know, and then I exchanged, you know, I got him the Camel Les Paul and everything like that. So, yeah, Dime just, you know, just a beautiful, beautiful soul, man. Like if you're having the worst day and Dime walked into the room, like he just light the room up, man. But without a doubt, always.
Yes, Scott said exactly the same thing yesterday.
That's really, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Getting goosebumps.
Oh, totally. Aside of being, you know, the legendary, iconic guitar player that he is, I mean, he's just the most beautiful guy on the planet, man.
Well, for years it's in the talks. Well, people talk about it, that there might be 1 or 2 shows with you filling in.
Oh yeah, the Pantera thing. Yeah. I mean, that's up to, obviously, like, you know, I always tell everybody, that's up to Dime and Vinny. I mean, you know, I mean, if we were going to be doing the Dime thing, it's up to Vin, Phil, and Rex, if that would ever happen, you know. And they asked me to honor Dime or whatever. Of course I would, you know what I mean? Because it's all about honoring, you know, all the mountains that Pantera conquered and honoring Dimebag, you know what I mean? And you know, all things Pantera. So yeah, it would be. Of course I would do it.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to see that. 2012, bringing metal to the children. How much fun was that doing?
Well, I mean, put it this way: when me and Eric were writing it, right from the beginning of working on that, we were crying, laughing. You know, I mean, so I just said, it's just got to be George Carlin from the beginning to the end of the book. So that's pretty much how. I mean, we were literally crying, laughing the whole time we were writing the thing. And like I said, I didn't have to make up any of those stories. I mean, it just. That you just get in any rock band, you join a band, get in a van, tour for 6 months, you'll be able to have your own book right there as well. So yeah, I mean, that's the joys of being in the music business, man.
Well, but it seems like spoken words tours, they're getting more and more. Do you want to do more on that in the future?
Yeah, well, we were doing it kind of like when we did the book run, and I had, you know, going out with doing the acoustic shows and then doing the book tour. It was definitely, yeah, it was a good time, man. You know what I mean? Like actually telling some of the stories and people, you know, doing a Q&A and everything like that. So that was definitely a good time.
Well, you had a lot of talks with other rock stars. Who would you say is the greatest storyteller?
Well, I mean, like you were talking with Father Scott over there. Scotty Ian's a great storyteller too. You know what I mean? So, because, like you said, it's just because it's hysterical. You know, Scott, because he's not making these stories up. You know, they're real. They actually really happened. You know what I mean? So I'm just talking about the ridiculous comedy of the music business. But yeah, Scott's a great storyteller as well, man.
Well, one other thing, the Berserker hot sauce. How did that come about? Were you like?
Well, no, it was Blair's hot sauce. Blair, you know, he called me up one day and it was just like, Zach, you know, I'm doing these hot sauce and stuff. I'd love to make a Black Label Berserker hot sauce. I said, yeah, without a doubt, man. Because I mean, I eat it, and so the rest of the fellas in the Doom crew and everybody else like that. So, you know, and the rest of our Black Label family. So it's just. Yeah, I was like, yeah, of course, man. Let's do something together. So yeah, that's how that came all together.
Do you use it on the barbecue?
Yeah, without a doubt, man. It's amazing stuff, man. So yeah, of course, I'll put my name on it. You know what I mean?
Excellent. I haven't tasted it yet, so I should.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, Blair gave me this one that he gave me. It just said, "Do not apply to outer skin." I go, what is that saying, man, when it goes inside your body? So I said, we'll leave that one in the glass case. Hey, what's going on? This is Zakk Wylde from Black Label Society, and you're watching MULATSCHAG, the only TV you need.